Since the ancient times, people keep onions at home to use it both for cooking and for treating various diseases. So is this vegetable actually as beneficial as we think? History of onions. Onion, also known as bulb onion or common onion, is the most widely cultivated species of the genus Allium. A distinction should be made between bulb onion, the roots of which are used in culinary, and scallion, the tops of which are used. Many archaeologists, botanists, and food historians believe that onions originated in Central Asia. Other research suggests that onions were first grown in Iran and West Pakistan. It's presumed our predecessors discovered and started eating wild onions very early, long before farming or even writing was invented. Very likely, this humble vegetable was a staple in the prehistoric diet. Most researchers agree that onion has been cultivated for 5,000 years or more. Since onions grew wild in various regions, they were probably consumed for thousands of years and domesticated simultaneously all over the world. Onions may be one of the earliest cultivated crops because they were less perishable than other foods of the time, were transportable, were easy to grow, and could be grown in a variety of soils and climates. In addition, onion was useful for sustaining human life. Onions prevented thirst and could be dried and preserved for later consumption when food might be scarce. While the place and time of onion's origin is still a mystery, many documents from very early times describe its importance as a food and its use in art, medicine, and mummification. Pliny the Elder of the 1st century AD wrote about the use of onions and cabbage in Pompeii. He documented Roman beliefs about the onion's ability to improve ocular ailments, aid in sleep, and heal everything from oral sores and toothaches to dog bites, lumbago, and even dysentery. Archaeologists unearthing Pompeii, long after its 79 AD volcanic burial, have found gardens resembling those in Pliny's detailed narratives. According to texts collected in the 5th to 6th century AD, under the authorial aegis of Epicus, said to have been a gourmet, onions were used in many Roman recipes. In 2018, the world production of onions and shallots was 5.5 million tons, led by China with 17% of the world total, and Mali, Niger, and Japan as secondary producers. The benefits of onions. Turns out that onions are nothing to cry over. These flavorful bulbs are packed with nutrients. Onions are super healthy, said Victoria Jaszczepkowski, a nutritionist with the Fitness Institute of Texas. They're excellent sources of vitamin C, sulfuric compounds, flavonoids, and phytochemicals. Phytochemicals or phytonutrients are naturally occurring compounds in fruits and vegetables that are able to react with the human body to trigger healthy reactions. Flavonoids are responsible for pigments in many fruits and vegetables. Studies have shown that they may help reduce the risk of Parkinson's disease, cardiovascular diseases, and stroke. A particularly valuable flavonoid in onions is quercetin, which acts as an antioxidant that may be linked to preventing cancer. According to various research, onions encourage a healthy heart in many ways, including lowering blood pressure and lowering heart attack risk. A 2002 study in the journal Thrombosis Research suggested that sulfur acts as a natural blood thinner and prevents blood platelets from aggregating. When platelets cluster, the risk for heart attack or stroke increases. Recently, health researchers have noticed a relationship between messaging molecules called oxylipins and high cholesterol management. A 2016 study in the journal Redox Biology found that consuming onions increases oxylipins that help regulate blood fat levels and levels of cholesterol. The quercetin in onions may also help prevent plaque buildup in the arteries, which reduces the risk of heart attack and stroke, according to the University of Maryland Medical Center. But since most of the studies in this regard have focused on animals, more research is needed to understand the effects in humans. 5 health benefits of onions. Onion juice is a natural antibiotic that protects against colds. Moreover, onions can fight various kinds of potentially dangerous bacteria. Furthermore, onion extract has been shown to inhibit the growth of Vibrio cholerae, a bacteria that is a major public health concern in the developing world. Quercetin extracted from onions seems to be a particularly powerful way to fight bacteria. Helicobacter pylori is a bacteria associated with stomach ulcers and certain digestive cancers, while MRSA is an antibiotic-resistant bacteria that causes infections in different parts of the body. Also, bulb onion accelerates metabolism, promotes hematopoiesis and blood cleansing, stimulates digestion processes, and removes excess fluid from the body. Quercetin contained in onions is widely used in the treatment of cancer. If you have a headache, just sniff a piece of raw onion instead of taking a medical drug. Green onion leaves are rich in carotene, which takes care of the well-being of our skin. Onions are used in folk medicine and for cosmetic purposes to cleanse the face of blemishes. To get rid of freckles, it's good to wipe your face daily with a fresh onion cut in half. Leek, which is related to onion, doesn't have such a pungent odor and taste. However, its healing properties are no less powerful. Leeks are widely known vegetables that have been used in many cuisines for hundreds of years. Their incredible properties make them a preferred ingredient for chefs and anybody trying to stick to a healthy diet. This superfood, in fact, contains high levels of flavonoids, vitamins A, E, and K, and fibers. Leeks are also rich in compounds such as potassium, calcium, magnesium, copper, and iron. They are fat-free, and a single cooked serving has only 31 calories. Shallots are a small, elongated type of onion with a taste that's often described as a subtle mix between a traditional onion and garlic. They grow in clusters, contain less water, and have thinner peels than traditional onions, but can make your eyes water just the same. Compared with common onions, shallots are a more concentrated source of protein, fiber, micronutrients including calcium, iron, and magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, zinc, copper, folate, B vitamins, and vitamins A and C. Harms of onions. Large amounts of onions are contraindicated in exacerbation of gastric and duodenal ulcer, pancreatitis, and colitis due to irritation and increased motor and secretory function of the gastrointestinal tract. Also, onions should not be given to small children. It's also important to remember that any form of onion is toxic to pets. Though a dog or a cat can eat onion with pleasure, the substances contained in the vegetable destroy erythrocytes, red blood cells, which is dangerous for the animal. So make sure to store your onions in the fridge or in a cabinet. Use of onions in medicine. There are many good reasons why onions should be used as a part of your diet. Studies into its nutritional value have concluded that they have a number of health benefits, and in particular, they lower the risk of prostate, stomach, or colon cancer. It helps your sleep patterns and improves your mood, provides strength and structure for your skin and hair. Onions can be incorporated in a wide variety of dishes, so it's easy to fit them into a weekly dietary plan. Eating onions just 2 or 3 times a week can make a big difference. However, including them in your diet is not the only way you can use onions to positively affect your health. They have a number of medicinal and healing properties that can be used to fight various ailments, and we think some of them will surprise you. Healing properties of onions. Onion treatment for migraine. For a migraine attack, make a compress of onion gruel and put it on your forehead. Onion treatment for hypertension. Finely chop 5 medium onions, 20 cloves of garlic, and 5 peeled and seeded lemons. Then add 1 kilogram of sugar to the resulting gruel. Pour 2 liters of boiled water cooled to room temperature. Stir and leave for 7 days in a cool, dark place. Take 1 tablespoon of the remedy 3 times a day, 25 minutes before meals. The course of the treatment should be about 3 weeks, but if necessary, you can repeat it after a 1-week break. Hair loss treatment. Mix 1 tablespoon of onion gruel, 1 tablespoon of honey, 1 tablespoon of castor oil, and 1 egg yolk. Thoroughly stir the resulting mixture and apply to the scalp. Then wrap your head well with cloth or towel and keep for 1 to 2 hours. Onion treatment for severe cough. Finely chop 10 onions and 1 head of garlic and boil the ingredients in unpasteurized milk until soft. Cool, add some honey, and take 1 tablespoon of the remedy every hour during the day. 3 interesting facts about onions. The ancient Greeks widely used onion as a medicine, but they quite rarely used it in cooking, considering it the food of the plebs due to its pungent smell. The Roman legionnaires consumed lots of onions as they believed that it makes a warrior fearless. Gladiators applied onion oil to the muscles to strengthen them, and Olympic athletes used to eat tons of onions after exercising. In the era of the Crusades, onions were of great value. The French used to exchange their captives with Saracens, giving 8 onions for each man. The famous ancient doctor Avicenna dedicated one of the first chapters in his treatise, The Canon of Medicine, to onions. In the Age of Discovery, onions were taken to North America by the first European settlers, only to discover the plant readily available and in wide use in Native American gastronomy. According to diaries kept by certain of the first English colonists, bulb onion was one of the first crops planted by the Pilgrim Fathers. The heaviest onion weighs 8.5 kilograms. It was grown by Tony Glover from the UK and presented to the public in September 2014. The use of onions in cooking. Onions can be eaten raw, pickled, or added to any dishes. It goes well with vegetables, meats, baked goods, and even sweet foods. There are dishes that are almost entirely composed of onions, since this vegetable is so delicious on its own. Depending on the variety, onions are more bitter and spicy, and sometimes they're sweet. French onion pie. This is a traditional French holiday side dish, surprisingly made without any cheese. It's also a very simple dish that will impress other cooks at potluck parties. You will need 10 slices of bacon cut into 1-inch pieces, 5 thinly sliced onions, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/8 of a teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper, half a cup of milk, half a cup of heavy cream, 1 tablespoon of flour, 4 eggs, 1 pinch of ground nutmeg, and 1 9-inch unbaked pie crust. Step 1. Preheat the oven to 200 degrees centigrade. Step 2. Place the bacon into a skillet and cook over medium heat until browned. Remove the bacon from the skillet, reserving 4 tablespoons of bacon fat, and drain on paper towels. Step 3. Place the onions into the same skillet with the bacon fat and cook over medium-high heat until evenly browned, about 8 minutes. Season with salt and pepper. Combine the milk and cream in a bowl, sprinkle the flour over the onions, and stir to blend. Stir in the milk mixture. Cook and stir over medium heat until the mixture thickens. Remove from heat, stir in the bacon, and set aside to cool for 10 minutes. Step 4. Beat the eggs in a mixing bowl until light-colored and frothy. Stir a spoonful of the onion mixture into the eggs. Add another spoonful of the onion mixture and continue stirring. Repeat until all onions have been stirred into the eggs and are thoroughly blended. Pour the mixture into a prepared pie shell. Sprinkle with nutmeg. Step 5. Bake in the preheated oven until the crust is lightly browned, about 20 minutes. Remove from the oven and cool for 5 minutes before serving. Spicy artichoke salad. This traditional Uzbek salad is simply a dressed chopped salad that features a refreshing bounty of tomatoes, cucumber, onions, carrots, and radishes. This salad pairs well with spicy dishes. You will need a diced large tomato, a diced large cucumber, a shredded large carrot, 4 sliced large radishes, a quarter of a teaspoon of soy sauce, 1 thinly sliced small red onion, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of white wine vinegar, half a teaspoon of ground black pepper, and 3 minced cloves of garlic. In a bowl, mix the soy sauce, black pepper, minced garlic, olive oil, and white wine vinegar. Whisk to combine. In another large bowl, combine the remaining ingredients and then mix with spices. Garnish the salad with cilantro before serving. Choosing and storing onions. According to the National Onion Association, onions are best stored in a cool, dry, dark, and well-ventilated room, such as a pantry, cellar, basement, or garage. This is because they easily absorb moisture. If temperatures or humidity are too high, they may start to sprout or rot. One study found that storing onions at 4 to 10 degrees centigrade is ideal. At these temperatures, the beneficial properties are preserved the best. It's also important to ensure proper ventilation to prevent molding and rotting. An open basket, bamboo steamer, mesh bag, netted bag, or even pantyhose will do. Avoid leaving onions in plastic bags, as this may make them spoil quickly due to poor ventilation. Furthermore, darkness helps them last longer. The lack of sunlight reduces changes in temperature and humidity, the 2 factors that can cause them to deteriorate faster. That's all we wanted to tell you today. Click the like button if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to share it with your friends. See you in the next episodes.